Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. A lot has happened since I saw you guys last, but I have some exciting developments that you guys are going to want to stick around for. I want to first take a moment to apologize for being MIA for a little bit. As we all know, life gets a little busy sometimes. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment with your favorite pistol optic for either competition or carrying. I'm trying to take a little poll. Alright, so as many of you may know, I competed in my first two-gun competition that I've been training for. It was a lot of fun. You know, I got to shoot with a lot of great people. They were all better shooters than I was. But I definitely learned a lot. But with that being said, let's roll through some of the footage. I'll explain how it went, what happened, all that good stuff, and what I'd like to do better next time, alright? First stage, long distance. After setup and range, safety / rules brief, we drove right into it, starting with this first stage, long distance. Now, I was further down in the shooting order. I got the chance to see what everyone else was doing on this, and got to develop my own little plan of sorts. We'll touch more on this later, but the target's here. There's one target at 100 yards right around here, and then there's another target right here around 250 and over here around 250 as well. There's two of them right there. Each target lights up when it shoots, so you can see when you hit it, but each target requires one hit apiece from each barrel. So 3 hits, move, 3 hits, move, and there's a third one over there. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's discuss. So see, I drop down. Notice how I wait for the instructions of the guy with the timer. Wait for him to tell me to load and make ready. And make sure I'm ready to go before I tell him, yeah, I'm ready. Take your time, make sure you're good to go. Now, I was impressed with my accuracy right out the gate, but I was just taking my time and making sure I had the shot before I squeeze the trigger. Also, notice how I adjust my rifle's position here real quick. So, as we're rolling, and I decided that this wasn't working for me, so I needed to move up. And then again. Yep, see, I moved it again. Just to try and find that better position. The 250 yard ones out here, they were kind of hard to see from the lower position, so that's why I had to move up. And then as I moved to the second barrel, I had that awkward angle kind of right here where I had to kind of sidestep a little bit. In the future, I'm going to take that into consideration because, like, I'm left-handed and everyone else was running it right-handed. So everyone else was moving this way when in reality I could have moved this way, so I wouldn't have to do that little awkward backwards side shuffle thing. But yeah, whenever we're not looking at the target, whenever we're moving, the safety goes on. It's hard to tell, but my safety went on as I stood up and then back off when I went to get down and I was getting ready to shoot. So after hitting the 100 target again, I noticed it was hard to get the proper alignment and the cheek well here, so watch what happens. So shoot the first one, and I'm like, all right, well, I need to adjust here. Oh, no. All right, there we go. So then I kind of do a little bent over lean. I think this could have gone better with a little more obstacle training on my part, like, because I haven't really done a whole lot of, training with barrels or barricades, which you'll see later. So I think if I would have trained a little bit more with those, I would be more comfortable around them, and they are pretty common in this competition at least. And I could have done a better walkthrough sort of to kind of get adjusted and see what feels comfortable to me, but also props to me for thinking on the fly and adjusting. So we're still seeing decent accuracy. I missed a couple here in the middle barrel, but that's all right. I was just taking my time. Again, see that awkward backwards run. Stuck in the half lean position. Picked up the pace a little bit better, and the accuracy on this barrel is better as well. That was a hit, and final hit, just like that. Drop my magazine and round out of the chamber. Chamber flag goes back in every time. For a total time of 74.45. I'll call that out in a second. Yep. So, 74.45 put me last on that stage for my open division, but I was second to last overall. So, we'll take it. For the next stage, we've got stage 2 here. This one doesn't really even have like a name or anything, but here you see all these different targets back here. So these black with brown circle targets are the rifle targets, and these brown with black circle targets are the pistol targets. I wish I would have gotten a better view or some pictures more up close of these, but basically what is going to happen is, let's back up a second. All right, so we're starting at these barrels, and then you got 6 shots with a rifle from here, 6 shots with a rifle from here, and then there's one further off the camera. Then you'll take 6 shots. You can only take 6 shots, and for this we're looking for a little bit of target, like, I don't want to say target discrimination, but imagining that the target has hard cover and you can only see like a little small portion of it. Right, with the rifles from a distance. But as we move, so we're moving from here this way back here, and then over here, once we shoot 6 at this target, we're going to run up, ground the rifle over here, and then move up to engage some pistol targets. So there's like 2 that you can see from here, and you run over here. There's 2 you can see from here. So that is what is going to happen. So start out, drop down on one knee, find the target, and I put 6 shots. Not bad, still just kind of taking my time. Again, we see that awkward little run to the next target because I'm wrong-handed, as some people would say. Again, I need to think more beforehand, and see, that one's real bad. Yeah. So I need to think more beforehand because I could have started here. They told me that afterwards, but this is my first competition. Oh well, it's all right. It happens. It was still good. Yeah. So I need to think more beforehand and plan out my movements better, and start at the 3rd barrel first. The rifle targets go pretty well, I will say. I was not keeping my scope height over bore in mind through this, so more so just point and shoot. But all or most of the shots got where they needed to go this time. As we transition to the rifle drop, safety's on. I'm thinking about carefully but quickly pulling this pistol out. Pistol comes out. Nice, good, clean draw. And I'm immediately up, find that target. So watch this. Coming up and find that target right there. I will admit, I didn't think these pistol targets through enough because, as you can see, so imagine this but flipped. So if you can shoot anywhere but right here, because we're looking at this pistol target right here, but it's behind the barrel. So we're still looking for the A zone, and the A zone is only so big, right? Once you get out here, you start getting like +1 and then +3 range. But there's also a headshot A zone, and then obviously a headshot +1 second and +3 second, and those are penalties. So obviously, the further away you get, the more you're penalized. But so when you can only shoot anywhere except here, that doesn't leave you much A zone left to work with. So it's not a small. Yeah, it's not. It's a small area, especially under stress. So I did not really think about where I was going to aim. I just kind of decided on the fly, and that was not good. I should have aimed maybe here in the A zone. For the most of these, I tried to do headshots, but it didn't really work out the greatest. Afterwards, I saw it, and it was kind of a mess. So, but let's watch a little bit more. Now, on this run over here, I do a good job of keeping that pointed in a safe direction, but I told myself beforehand, I told myself that that I needed to reload on the move, but stress got to me, and that went right out the door, which results in run. Now, results in me having to reload right here. Now, when I did this, I lost count of how many I had. So I just shot 3, 4, 5, and then I transitioned to this target right over here. It was a good reload, but yeah, I just miscounted. Then I go to drop my magazine, and he said like, "Hey, you still got one more over here." So I threw the magazine back in and shot it. But yeah, again, I really should have planned better. See, there's a good picture of it. So you can only shoot the brown, you can't shoot the black. So I should have planned better and come up with a solid idea of what I was going to do when I arrived here. And that's my fault. It's just something I'm learning. But yeah, by target 4, I was all over the place. I was just trying to hit it. Yeah, I lost my thought process in the moment, but I wish I would have taken pictures of the targets afterwards to see what exactly happened. But I looked through them enough to see that it was pretty messy. This stage tripped up a lot of people and resulted in a lot of penalties. But this time I ended up with a time of 99.15 seconds and a whopping 55-second penalty. 55 penalty points, which means that 55 seconds gets tacked onto my time. Majority of these penalty points came from misses and +3 second or C zone hits. So 3 second is like right around here, and then a miss would either be obviously not hitting, or if you shoot here, they count it as a miss too. So I did, however, score 5th out of 6 in my division, but 8th out of 9 overall on this stage. But that just goes to show that I need to work on my accuracy and my stage planning. But I can still kind of put up a fight with some of these other guys. So that was really cool getting to join them, get to shoot with all these awesome guys. Welcome to stage 3. Stage 3 was pretty cool, and it went a bit better. It was definitely, I think it was my favorite stage so far. This stage involved throwing a pretend grenade into a ring of rope right over here, and hoping it stayed there. Then you got to bring your rifle up And then you got to shoot between these two barrels at 1, 2, 3 targets back here. And you got to run over here off to the side to the barricade. Shoot through 1, 2, and 3 targets. You got to ground your rifle over here. Draw your pistol. Take that back. You just got to draw your pistol. Take down 1, 2, 3 of these steel. Run back over here. And then take down 1, 2, 3 of these steel. And then you're done. So I'm just getting ready right here. Talking it over. Making sure I'm ready. Good to go. Figuring out plan of attack. Alright. And so the grenade throw was successful. I wish I would have tossed it and then immediately brought my rifle up just to save a couple seconds because I stood there just watching it. So I wish I would have tossed it and immediately moved to shooting instead of seeing where it lands. Because after you throw it, there's nothing you can do about it. At least the first 3 targets went pretty well. Could have been a little bit quicker, but just take my time, run over here, and into the barricade. All right. Now, post up, and here, for the life of me, I don't know why, but I just started to start shooting at this middle target. No, that was bad. You should definitely start at one end and move all the way across. That's why you see me searching. Here, you'll see. So shoot, and then I'm like, oh shit, where is that last target? There it is. So, ground the rifle. We're good. Safety's on. Come out. Oh no. Yep. So, another thing, while you're back over here starting, getting ready, do a press check. Make sure that your pistol is good to go so you don't end up having to do that again. Let's watch that again. So, I know, I messed up, but lesson learned. Yep. But these steel go down pretty easy, except for one missed shot right there. Running over, safe direction. All right. And pretty proud of that last day. That was pretty good. I'm happy with that. But yeah, make sure you rack your pistol before the stage begins. Pick a target and pick one side and move to the other. And again, that was kind of maybe goes to show stage planning and just awareness. But yeah, overall, the stage went really well. My accuracy on the paper targets was pretty good. I only got 3 B zone or +1 second, so about middle of the target. Not bad. My accuracy was pretty good. My time was 42.92 seconds. I finished the stage 3rd in my division and 4th overall. So, pretty happy with that. Pretty good performance on this end, and overall a very, very fun stage. Alright, the 4th and final stage was somewhat tricky. You have to make 5 shots apiece on the rifle steel here in the distance, and 5 shots apiece in the pistol steel. Between each shot, regardless of hit or miss, you have to transition between this hole right here and any of these holes down below. So whether you hit or miss, you got to go from here down here between each shot and then back up between the next shot, and then just keep switching. So 5 hits over here, ground the rifle, and then draw, load, and make ready the pistol, and then 5 shots alternating back here. Let's watch. So, good post up. Take my time so I don't have to do any extra moves. But when I get down to this lower level, I choose this slot right here. And I couldn't see through it with my rifle straight up and down, and I had to adjust. So, move over to this one. Taking a moment beforehand to ensure what works, where to look for the target, I wouldn't have had this problem. But see, I make a good recovery. Yeah, just transitioning. Now, notice I took my time, and I did not miss one. I just had that little hiccup there at the beginning. Draw, load. All right. This hole works a little bit better with the pistol. There, I couldn't tell if I hit it or not until he said 3, 4, and 5, and done. Empty, and reholster. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that I learned. One of the things I learned is that I definitely am in love with this type of competition shooting. Now, just the physical agility of it mixed with the tactics, the quick thinking, all that sort of stuff. I love it. It's definitely been a pleasure getting to take part in this experience, this competition, and I can't wait to do it again. But number 2, I've got some things to work on. I think I definitely need to do a better job about walking through each of the stages and sort of planning my movements beforehand, before just like jumping right into it. Because I noticed a lot of times you'll see in videos, everyone's walking through doing their exact movements, and I kind of wish I would have done that, but that's definitely something that I can work on for next time. So planning out my movements a little bit better, as well as working with barricades. Those movements and kind of the barrels, everything tripped me up a little bit, but I think that's just something I'm going to work on. Some things, you know, they're going to come with time, but overall, I think I did pretty well, as best I could, but that's just something that I'm going to have to work on. And the third thing that I need to work on is working with like unconventional targets, right? So I think stage 2 really messed me up a lot. I needed to decide more of where I was going to shoot, based on that hard cover that I haven't really trained with a lot. So I just know that that's something that I'm going to have to work on, is training those unconventional targets, the hard cover, all that sort of stuff, while kind of keeping my wits about me. But overall, yeah, those are some lessons that I learned, and things that I'm just going to have to get better on as we move forward in this competitive shooting journey. So although I did pretty well on a couple of those stages, I did come last in both my division and overall. So I think that second stage really took me out, as well as the time that I took on the long distance one. Those are my 2 worst stages compared to everyone else. But you know, I still hung with the pack, and I'm really proud of how I did. And I also just learned, you know, what I need to work on. I learned a lot from this competition, more so than I thought I would. But as always, if anyone has any tips or suggestions, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. You know, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, help support the channel. But yeah, that's all I've got for this time. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. And until next time, I'll see you guys.